Well, hello there. I'm Alice from Alice's Garden and Plates, and today I'm doing a series of starting potatoes in grow bags. I don't have everything I need yet, so this is why it's a step one. So let's get into it. First step is getting seed potatoes. Why you want them over the ones in the grocery store. Seed potatoes are not coated. They have an inhibitor from growing the eyes, like they are in the grocery stores. So the other thing is that people have tried the grocery store method of getting them to get the little eyes. They cut them in chunks and they plant them, and they get not much of a harvest. It doesn't really do well. When you do seed potatoes not having that coating, you're already starting off with an advantage. They are designed to be grown. Grow bags. Portable, easy to carry, but not are all the same. You want a very thick side, really quality handles, great packaging on the bottom so you have decent drainage. I have used a cheap grow bag. It killed my rosemary. No matter how many times I watered this thing like you're supposed to, it would dry out all the time. Even using stuff to add like to moisture for the soil, it would kept drying on me. And then I had seep out the sides. Don't go cheap on this. Do not. Take my advice. 10 gallon versus 15. Biggest difference you see is how wide it is in comparison. But bear with me, shoes are here. The height is the same. You have more growing space in a 15 gallon. I chose tan because remember I kept saying that this is drying out. The black, it collects the warmth of the sun. This is going to be better with that. The soil I'm going to be using is nice and loose from Happy Frog, going organic. It needs to be soft and fluffy for potatoes. You need a decent amount of aeration. One of the biggest ways that people that are growing potatoes have an issue is their soil is too compacted and they don't get a very good yield. So make sure you use one with a good perlite, has peat moss and other additives like bat guanos in here. It's fantastic soil. Okay, now let's talk fertilizer. This is one of the things I had to order. I got a 12-pound bag coming. Oh yeah, I got a lot to use. And that is Dr. Earth. I prefer them because they use a microcazi. Probably totally mispronounced that. It's a fungi that aids in roots. It stretches the roots further, works with the microorganisms and the plants and everything. They're all working together. It's amazing. Dr. Earth also has a very slow release formula, so I will have a long time with the fertilizer. It's more like a granule powder type, and it's also really great with being EPA and things like that. Why you want organic versus synthetic is the organic will feed the microorganisms, and that's what Dr. Earth has, and it has that in a microcazi. It also will feed the plant slowly over time, so you don't have to use as much. When you do liquid or you use the synthetic, it has a salt, it goes right into the plant. Yes, it's quick and effective, but it doesn't do anything for the soil. And studies show when you have a healthy soil, it's more disease resistance. The plants feeding plants, they have better yields and things like that. That's why you go organic. Plus, we don't want synthetics in us and any of those toxins, right? Keep that out. Bye. Okay, the other thing that I had to consider was the pH. There is a disease that potatoes get. When you're more in the neutral between 6.5 to 7, what a lot of vegetables like to be in, that can happen. It'll sustain itself, the disease that goes after potatoes. If you go down to a 5.5, you're going to have the ideal range where that disease cannot exist. So do that. And studies have shown with the pH that being in the 5.5 range for potatoes, but the soil that I'm using doesn't have that. I have to rate that and figure it out. And then I'm using Espoma, an acid product that I can have a granule. I can slowly change it to what I need, and it will get it to bring it down. So that's important. I will be receiving everything that I need by this Sunday, and then I'll do a step 2 of how to plant the actual beds that I have for the grow bags. And we're going to continue throughout the season, so you're going to literally grow with me, and it's pretty awesome.